Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It is Sunday afternoon. It is our third watch along of this championship weekend. 2 games to go, and they feature 3 of the top 4. We're going to deal with Leeds United today. It is Leeds versus Preston. Get yourself comfortable, make yourself known, say hello, and enjoy the watch along. Welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday lunchtime. It is Leeds versus Preston in the watch-along. It is a 12 o'clock kickoff, a midday jobby here, so earlier than normal. Thank you for getting involved and joining, those of you who are here already. And I'm sure we'll get plenty of action in the chat as the afternoon unfolds. This is the only championship game of the day. Let's have a look at what went down previously. I was going to say yesterday, but previously over the weekend. Obviously, we did Sunderland 0, Hull 1 on Friday night. Not the most entertaining game. Southampton blew us away, certainly for 45 minutes yesterday lunchtime. They won 3-1 at Swansea. And then in the 3 p.m. kickoffs, a spate of 1-1s there. Blackburn 1, Huddersfield 1, Bristol City 1, Watford 1, Middlesbrough 1, Rotherham 1. Great win for Norwich. They beat West Brom 2-0 to close up on the playoff spots. Plymouth 3, Cardiff 1. We keep saying Plymouth are going to keep the relegation teams at arm's length, and they keep proving us right. One of those, though, is QPR. Great win for QPR. They won 2-0 over Millwall. Coventry's excellent form continues. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 2. Stoke finally lose under Stephen Schumacher. They went under 2-1 at home to Birmingham. As you can see, it is Leeds versus Preston right now. And that huge game, which I will be at, in fact, tomorrow between Leicester and Ipswich. All of that leaves the table looking a little bit like this. So from a Leeds perspective, you're looking at the top of the table. Leicester obviously haven't played yet. They are 7 points clear of Southampton, who moved into second yesterday. Ipswich tied on points there. Obviously, with a game in hand, that game in hand is away at Leicester. So Leeds will be looking to close up on both Ipswich and Southampton. They need to just keep pace with Southampton, but still the potential to take points out of Ipswich for Leeds this weekend. They can close the gap, obviously, up to 4 points. It currently exists at 7. It should be said, Leeds undefeated at Elland Road this season. West Brom hold 5th despite losing. Coventry, look at that, 3 wins in a row. They are in fantastic form, the Sky Blues. They go up to 43 points and take that playoff position back off Hull, 1 point behind. And yeah, look at Norwich. Unhappy fan base, unhappy with the manager, but they're 2 points off the playoffs and they've won back-to-back games. There's Watford just a position behind, and Sunderland, who we obviously covered. If you look a little bit further down, you will see Preston. So the best upside here for Preston, look, their goal difference is dreadful, isn't it? So they're not going to go above Norwich, but they can tie up on points with Norwich and go above Middlesbrough, Sunderland and Watford and move to 41 points. We will just have a look at the bottom and just see how things got affected yesterday. It doesn't really affect the 2 remaining games, and particularly today's game. Draw for Rotherham. So bad day for Sheffield Wednesday, really. They were the only losers down there. Rotherham close up 1 point on Wednesday, but they are still well below the point per game we're kind of looking at for survival. So is Sheffield Wednesday, despite a sort of good winning run since the start of December. Back-to-back defeats for the Wednesday. So it was a great day for QPR. They took 2 points out of Rotherham, took 3 points out of Wednesday. They took 2 points out of Huddersfield, which is the real key, isn't it? So they are 3 points off safety now, Rangers. Right, let's say some hellos in the comments. Ewan, he's asking about my missus and daughter. Bless you, Ewan. Very kind. They are in Bedford Park with Nandi, Grandma, as well, going for a walk at the moment. Ashley, welcome. Dave, welcome. Joe, welcome. Christopher, hopefully a Preston win. Not feeling confident, no, as Leeds hot favourites for this one. John, welcome. Leeds 2024, welcome. David, welcome. All good. Come on, Leeds. Anthony, early flight out to the West Coast. All Leeds, aren't we? Alistair, welcome to you, sir. Matt, I like Miller for Preston. Let's hope he scores today. Ben, welcome to you. Tom, welcome to you. Ant, you legend. Can't say anything but comfortable Leeds win here. And Jack, welcome to you. Thank you guys all for joining. And the temperature is obvious. Leeds are hot favourites to win this one. Not only because, they're at home and they are undefeated, but just this red-hot trio of relegated teams, only really Ipswich getting in their way at the moment. And lots of talk yesterday during the Southampton games. How many teams are going to get 85? How many teams are going to get 90? Maybe 3 teams, 4 teams, 85 plus, 90 plus. Who knows? We'll get into the team news in just a sec. Let's say hello to Charlie. Welcome. Easy Leeds win. Not as dominant as Saints yesterday. Sean, welcome to you. No more motivation than the last pressure. Yeah, you'll see down at the bottom there on the ticker. Remember, this is the end of the Boxing Day flip around, isn't it? And Leeds, or 10-man Leeds, lost to Preston on Boxing Day, didn't he? We should have 3 points by the time I land. Leeds simply do not lose. Elland Road definitely jinxed it. There you go. Hector, welcome to you, sir, as well. Right, shall we get into our team news? Okay, let's have a look at this. Leeds team looks very familiar, doesn't it? Ilan Meslier in goal, the Frenchman. Junior Firpo is in the team. Will he get a run through to the end of the season and solve Leeds left-back issues? Who knows? Archie Gray recently signed a new contract. He's still doing a turn at right-back. Fair play to him. Joe Roden, who's been excellent on loan, and Ethan Ampadu are the centre-halves. I don't know what FootMob are doing there. Obviously, Glenn Kamara will not play in the number 10 position. He'll play with Ilya Groof, who was Sam Parkin's player to watch this weekend. So we'll look out for him. Kamara will partner Groof. Obviously, Georgie Ruta will play in the number 10 position with Somerville off the left-hand side. He's been brilliant, Somerville, this season. And James, who for some reason they've got in central midfield, down the right-hand side. Pat Bamford is in fine form, isn't he? I think he scored in his last, is it 3 games or 4 games now, including that FA Cup? Maybe 3 games. Forgive me, I don't quite know exactly. But Bamford is back following that brilliant goal in the FA Cup for Leeds United. The bench there for Leeds: Paveda, Anthony, Gelhardt, Pirou, the 10 million quid signing in the summer on the bench. Fernandez, Shackleton, Cooper, Byram, and Klassen. Get your thoughts in via the comments. For Preston, a sort of sturdy mid-table championship team, if I'm not patronising them by saying that's a compliment. Dyke Cornell in goal. Back 3, big lads at Preston normally. Story, Lindsay, who's been very decent, hasn't he? And Hughes is the back 3. Brad Potts, wide right. And Liam Miller, who got a mention in the chat, didn't he? He scored a brilliant winning goal on Boxing Day as Preston beat Leeds in the return game. There is Ali McCann and Ben Whiteman in midfield. You'd think they'll try and get Mads Frokjer Jensen further forward as a bit of a creator. This is great. Emil Jakobsen, who's been out injured for ages and ages. I'm not entirely sure when he returned, but that was looking a good project there. And you'll see on the ticker, the Preston top scorer. I'm a big fan of Will Keane. He's had so many injury issues in his career. He would have been at least a steady championship player if not a top Championship player, if not better, had he stayed clear of injury through his career. On the bench, Leighton Stewart, Alan Brown, the ever-reliable, Ben Woodburn, Robbie Brady, Ryan Ledson, Greg Cunningham, Kim Best, Pat Bauer, and James Predich on the bench. Let's have a look at comments. Then we're going to get into a little bit of match bingo, and then we will get your predictions. Let's have a look in the comments. Morning, Mike, legend. And just all these people here. Look, Hector, Mike, and Saint have all got the little symbol there because they have supported the channel, and hit the join button down there. We thank every single one of them. Please do get involved. Ben, Parkin's pick was phenomenal against Cardiff. Hoping for another Groove masterclass again. Sam Parkin knows what he's talking about, doesn't he? 3-3 for Bamford. There we go. Paul Heckingbottom looking for a job. Yes, he is on my monitor as we speak. Joe, I still can't believe Anthony is there after his... Oh, that's terrible news. Maybe you could have taken the day. But look, sometimes, guys, it is easier just to go to work. But obviously, yeah, terrible news for Jaden Anthony. And I think we all echo that. Jimmy, hello from Muscat. Serves you right for Muscat. No Woodman. Is that a transfer pair of eyes you're putting there? Anna, I didn't kind of spot that. Sam, welcome to you, fella. How's the nerves for tomorrow? Mate, I'm not nervous. If they get a draw tomorrow, amazing, but you don't expect anything from Leicester away. Look at the beautiful dogs in the back of that car. Love that. Fingers crossed today, Ollie. Is it Reece first start? There you go. I was on that after 12 months out. Brilliant to see Emil Reece back in. As ever, Paul, hold your predictions there 1 second. We'll get there in a jiffy. Let me just do match bingo first. Guys, brilliant. You've so got behind match bingo, especially on the freebie picks. I hope you understand we have to have sponsors on the channel, and match bingo have been great to me, so we're only too happy to plug them. Get on the app today. No freebies. I'm going to buy my card right in front of your face there. I'm going to press purchase. It's going to be £2 for me to buy my Leeds v Preston card. And I can view it right here. We always look straight down the middle, don't we? 5 minutes injury time. That's better than a little number. Any goal awarded in a minute ended in 2. Yellow card, minute ended in 9. They're always the ones that get me, aren't they? Get involved via match bingo. If you want to let them know we sent you, matchbingo.co.uk/BBFC. Do you know what? On the other window here, I've got a QR code as well, but I haven't set that up correctly. So apologies for that, but do get involved, match bingo. Right. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? You got 16 seconds. I need your predictions for Leeds versus Preston. Stick the team names in to help me out, guys. That would be great so we know what's going on. I want to hear all your predictions right now. 16 seconds. Go. Right, predictions. We'll let that roll a little bit longer so as many of you can get involved as possible. I'll read them all out, I think. Right, there we go. 3-1 Leeds and Ewan. 3-0 Leeds. 3-1 Leeds from Terry. 3-0 Leeds from Paul. We're heavy on Leeds here, guys. Understandable, I guess. Saint, 3-1 Leeds. Ben, 3-0. Joe, 2-0 Leeds. Anyone back in Preston? Anyone at all? Few and far between here. Leeds 4-1 Tom, 3-1 Leeds 2024. Christopher 4-0 Leeds, 3-0 Leeds Charlie. Sam 3-0. Mike 3-0. Simon 3-1 Leeds. Complete landslide this one. Understandable. 2-0. 4-1 from Matt. Sorry, Anthony as well. Craig 4-1 Leeds. David, there you go. Someone's back Preston. Someone had to. Is the game on TV? And yeah, we're on Sky Sports Football Live. Blagger 3-0 Leeds and it 3-1 Leeds. So it's safe to say Leeds, they're probably hot favourites with the bookies. They're hot, red hot, white hot favourites in the chat as well. Understandable Leeds fourth in the table with a brilliant striking roster and undefeated this season at Elland Road. Let's stick Scott's one in there as well. 2-1 Leeds. Okay, it is midday, so we should be just about to go. Looking forward to this one. There is Daniel Farke, a two-time championship winning manager. He is a bit of a goat when it comes to getting out of the championship, and that is the task with Leeds this season. But he's got two other parachute teams, year one parachute teams, in the way. Leicester racking up the points like nobody's business, and he has also got Ipswich out of nowhere, out of League One, in the way too. It looks as though, are we doing, the players did gather around the centre circle there. They are wearing black armbands. I'm assuming, forgive me if I'm wrong, I don't want this to sound insensitive. I'm assuming that's for Jaden Anthony's mother. I don't have the sound on, so I cannot confirm nor deny that. Ashley, 3-0 Leeds. Farke will get an opportunity to make it 3 next season. You think if he doesn't do it this season, he'll do it next season. Farke won't he? And they'll have a lovely old time scoring loads and loads of points. But we do know for the parachute teams, the clock is ticking, particularly as you go from year 2 to year 3. And we are go. That is kickoff in Leeds versus Preston. Okay, we are off. Leeds in white, Preston in yellow. Ooh, not a clever start by Joe Rodon. And if that was 5 minutes later, he'd have got a yellow card for that. He's got his arms. The ball just turned around quickly. He's got his arms around Emil Rees. And I think he's lucky that was within 15 seconds of the start of the game. Else I think Rodon might have got a yellow for that. And it is a free kick to Preston that they'll be able to put into the box and put Leeds under pressure immediately. Normal housekeeping. Sky Sports Football Live we're on. If you're on Sky Go, Now TV, or your smart TV, you'll be a little bit behind probably, so I can do a timestamp as and how you see. Free kick into the back stick. Free header. It's going to fall, and the ball is in the back of the net after about 63 seconds. Unbelievable start to this one. Will Keane has trailed away. A dreadful start for Leeds United. And despite them being white-hot favourites in the chat, Leeds are behind immediately in this game. That is so bad from Leeds. It was so sloppy. From the turnover when Rodon committed the foul, the free kick goes in, and Liam Lindsay is just a massive bloke. He gets a free header at the back post. Then it kind of shanks around the box. Liam Miller sticks it into the 6-yard box. He kind of scuffs it as well. It's not a pretty goal. And Will Keane is sort of in the middle of the 6-yard box, just sticks it into the back of the net. Horrible start from Leeds. Very, very good for the neutral because Leeds will really go for it like they weren't going to go for it anyway. But just a hopelessly bad start from Leeds, who just didn't get a foot on the ball, didn't defend the first ball into the box. Preston have the lead. And I don't know if I'm Ryan Lowe, have they almost scored too early in this game? Because you'd say, okay, sit in and defend your lead now against a team of Leeds quality, but Leeds will kind of bash the door down, you'd think, for 90 minutes. Leeds 0, Preston 1, with pretty much the first attacking action, the only attacking action of the game. Let's get some comments on that one. Never in doubt. Hadn't quite turned the TV on yet. Wow, 60 seconds of my prediction is out the window. Always good. Actually, I think did I get 3-0 Leeds on the check-in with Sam? So I think my prediction's out the window after 60 seconds as well. Yeah, incredible start and just hopeless defending there from Leeds. Daniel Farke will be so disappointed. And I thought Rodon should have probably got booked for having his arms arms around Emil Rees as well. So it's a terrible start from Leeds, but they've got some brilliant attacking players and they've got a hell of a long time to put it right. Important that Preston don't sit back for 90 minutes, but the temptation will be massive for them to sit behind the ball. Daniel Farker, he's kind of got a wry smile. He must be so annoyed with his players after that start. You set up all week for a game and defend the first set play like that. I went for a 3-1, but as a Saints fan, I'll take a Preston win. Well, long way to go, and you'd expect Leeds to do a lot of attacking, like they weren't going to anyway. Preston fans singing Leicester and Southampton, they're laughing at you. Well, there's a long way to go is all I'll say, but we know football fans, they just jump in at the first chance for a bit of banter, don't they? Hooked away and up in the air by Jordan Story. And here is Miller, who'll get the assist for that goal. Obviously scored a brilliant goal, the Canadian lad, in the first game. He goes down, no foul given. Scott, my predictions there, just still need 2 Leeds goal. If Leeds lose this, they'll come out like a wounded animal against us on Wednesday. Very true. Why is that game on Wednesday, Sam? Is that an FA Cup clash or something like that? They moved it forward. Knocked in to Bamford. Feels for offside, but it's going to go loose. And I'm sure all hell's broken loose on Match Bingo after that early goal. Where are my in-play cards? If you're playing along, oh my God, we've got one in the middle row. Look, that goal was after 60 seconds. So my goal in 2 minutes is good. And I've got an attempt off target by Preston as well, which must have been the kind of cross shot. Firpo, good cross to the back post. And there is an immediate reply. Dan James from the right wing comes into the middle of the box. We said, have Preston scored early? We said there's a long way to go. And this brilliant Leeds attacking roster does it again. James, the scorer, 1-1. I know Firpo gets a lot of grief from Leeds fans. That's a hell of a cross, by the way. Somerville plays it down the line. He can't take a touch. He's sprinting. What a cross that is by Firpo. We get a great angle of that. Clips it up to the back post. Takes all the centre-halves and the keeper out of the game. And Dan James, who's not a big lad, has got an easy header at the back stick. Much maligned Firpo, but a real bit of quality from the Leeds left back there. No time to set himself. No touch. Maybe he's one of those players who's better on instinct. Hell of a cross by Firpo. And James with the easy opportunity. Here come Preston again. What a game this is. They're in the box. It's gone to the back stick looking for Liam Miller. He's going to have a chance to recycle. Go to comments. Excuse me. In a second. Frokje Jensen tries to run Groove, and the foul is committed. And we can draw breath. Goodness me. What a terrible start. Math, you're going to change your mind in a sec. I bet that was before the goal. What a game. Jesus, it's all over the place, isn't it? Great game for the neutral. Great timing. Thoughts on Mowbray so far? Yeah, I love Tony Mowbray, Scott. I'm an Ipswich fan, so yes. Dylan, only 20 seconds behind. Rather good. No delays today. Yes, Dan James, what a goal. Go Leeds. Did anyone see Hamer dramatic dive yesterday? I did not. Tweet that one to me. Firpo is a wing-back, really. Good going forward, but can't defend. Well, if he's going to cross like that, Joe, you'll take it, won't you? Christ Somerville just got fouled unceremoniously there, and I think the yellow card came out, if I'm not misseeing that, for Ben Whiteman, the central midfielder. Good player, Ben Whiteman. We are all go, and we're all going match bingo. I wonder, is today actually going to be the day? Look at that. After only 8 minutes, that bottom row's... Oh, no, look at the bottom row. I need a 5 subs by Preston. Well and truly stitched up there. We'll look at the middle row maybe as well. Ben Hamer dive in about, oh, I love those. Yeah, I will take a look at that. I want Mowbray back so much, says Charlie. In comes the free kick from Leeds. Good delivery again. Joe Roden on the back post. I say good delivery, but Roden obviously hadn't held his run and gets flagged offside. Honestly, I would have been perfectly happy if we, Fulham, took James on after his... Is James only on loan? I thought he was there permanently. Ashley tagged it on Twitter. Do you know what? I'm going to have a look. Right now, Ashley, if you've tagged me in it on Twitter. What do we got? Have a look. Can you see that? Oh dear, a little bit of signalling there from Ben Hamer there to say I was trying to get there. I was never going to though. Somerville drifts in from the left, has his shot blocked. He's probably been Leeds' best player this season, Somerville, hasn't he? His numbers are off the charts good. This is a great game, by the way. He's at Leeds permanently. We had him right, I've got you delayed. Pilot. No Osmajic for Preston. No, I don't think he was on the bench either. Lewis, afternoon to you. And here, there in the flesh for the great moment where Ben Hamer dived 10 minutes. Who used to be the best for that? Lee Camp. Tremendous stuff. I'll put that up and I'm not going to read it. Poor old Ben Hamer. Hey? Keane for Preston. Lovely ball by Keane to Miller. Miller into the box. Oh, good chance. Good save by Meslier. This is a brilliant game, by the way. 1-1 and completely bonkers end-to-end stuff. Leeds are obviously just throwing everybody forward. Touch. Doesn't do a lot wrong, does he, Miller? He's quite wide. It's going in the top corner, but well played by Meslier. He offers in the top corner and makes the save. And if you're a keeper and someone can really lash that past you so hard you can't get it, you say fair play. But easy enough to make the save in the end. Good goalkeeping. Corner to Preston. Oh, good delivery as well. Oh, it's bouncing all over the place. Can Leeds get it clear? Just none too convincing again from Leeds defending the set play, and out it goes for a Preston throw. Tremendous stuff, this. Lovely delivery by Whiteman. Meslier didn't come, I think, because of the crowd of players. I think he thought he might be best to stay on his goal line, but with a delivery like that, if you do stay on your line, you're going to get beaten by a header from that close range, aren't you? Keane knocks that one inside. Whiteman, lovely touch. Whiteman tries to feed that one through to Emil Rees. Nothing doing. MW, Preston to snag this 1-2. You heard it here first. I didn't. Someone predicted 1-2 in the chat, although I think they were just trying to even out all the Leeds predictions. Thinking of Jaden Anthony today. Yeah, terribly, terribly sad. Obviously, our thoughts there with Jaden Anthony. His mother has sadly passed away. Good tackle by Rutter on Keane, but it's turned back over. Miller, look at the pace of this game. God, it won't go on like this because all the players will be knackered after about 20 minutes. The ball is with Potts in the right wing-back area. There's a giveaway. Here's Pat Bamford in the 10. Bamford goes on to James. This is mental pace. Tackles flying in. Players pressing left and right. Chances on goal. 2 goals already. Here comes Miller. Tremendous stuff from both teams, actually, I have to say. Potts is driven wide. He keeps that one in. Potts knocks it inside to Whiteman. McCann. Whiteman. Whiteman knocks that one outside of him. And it's gone back in to the centre halves. Sunday midday kickoff isn't the usual snooze fest. No, it's been great, hasn't it? Preston are having more of a go than I thought. They are. Leeds are helping by being so attacking, which is great for us neutrals, isn't it? Although, to be fair, Daniel Farke's Norwich teams were always ultra attacking, weren't they? So it's not like it's anything we didn't already know. Miller is causing loads of problems down the left-hand side, isn't he? Afternoon, Luke, hoping for a Preston win or draw. Who knows with how this game has started. I think it's going to be about 7-4 to Leeds at the moment, this one, isn't it? Somerville, what a great dribbler he is. Literally dribbles it every time he gets the ball. You love to see it. Knocks it on to Glenn Kamara. Somerville. Groove. And it goes back into Ampadu. And yeah, we slow down for a sec. Some of the fans in the huge, is it the West Stand there, the massive one at Leeds, actually sit down because the carnage just slows down for a second. Bamford trying to get in. Oh, poor header back. Ooh. Bamford nearly got past the keeper. Blackett Taylor set to be announced. Michael Smith on the way for Derby. Looking to get back to the Championship. There's a poor header back, wasn't it? Bamford very slyly appealing for a corner then. When it very clearly comes off him last. I'm not picking on Bamford. All players do that, don't they? Appeal for everything. A few tackles going in here. Love it. Leeds are a super entertaining watch, about sounding like a Sky Sports 2021 pundit. Watching as a Preston fan for 90 minutes, I really support Ipswich. I think you might have a few Southampton, Leicester, Ipswich fans supporting Preston today, but hey, Leeds are a top quality side with, 3 years of Premier League squad building and a year one parachute payment. It's no surprise all those teams are, when they're functioning competently, they're all in the top four, with only Ipswich's miraculous rise from League One slowing them down. Ampadu. Groove. Rodon. Firpo. Brilliant play by Firpo for the Leeds equaliser. Firpo to Somerville. Pace has slowed down. To be fair, it couldn't have got any faster from what it was about 6 or 7 minutes ago. Slid back to Melier, and Leeds just trying to sort of start to circulate the ball and build up some pressure that way, rather than the sort of frantic stuff we saw between minutes 5 and 15. Gray. James gets body checked there. That's a foul, isn't it? Andrew Hughes just checking Archie Gray's run there. As I say, those Preston back three, it's a bit Land of the Giants back there, isn't it? Very powerful collection of centre halves. Looks like Archie Gray is going to, I say swing this free kick in. He's going to take it short, isn't he? They're just not set up to pop this in the box. A lot of ceremony for a free kick that's just going to be knocked back into the centre halves. But hey, ref went and marked it and made sure everyone was 10 yards. And yeah, exactly what we said was going to happen happened. Somerville knocks it back into Ampadu. Kamara, Ampadu. Rodon. Out it goes. Where does Daniel Farke rank in a list of current Championship managers? Well, I've done a couple of rankings of the current Championship managers. He has to be right at the top, Farker, with the 2 promotions in recent seasons. Obviously, if you look at just their work in the Championship, that kind of rules out Mark Robins a little bit. But Mark Robins, for the job he's done at Coventry, needs to be very high, from taking them up from League 2 into the Championship and into the playoffs. Obviously, we started the season with Neil Warnock, who tends to top a lot of those lists because of the sheer amount of promotions he's got. But no, Farker has to be right at the top, really, doesn't he, if he's got the 2 promotions. And of course, the first promotion with Norwich was absolutely spectacular, wasn't it? Support 49ers, but definitely not Leeds. Conflict of interest. Well, remember, Matt, it's only the 49ers business arm that's associated with Leeds, not the investment arm, let's just say. Somerville. Little knock inside. Ampadu. Rodon. 19:41 on the clock. Talking about tomorrow's game, I want an Ipswich win. It'll bring Saints in for the title. Yeah, fair point. Well, take the draw then, Terry, from a Southampton point of view. Why not have both of them drop points, yeah? Here is Ruter. Great control by him. Tries to run Potts. Potts gets a foot in. Dylan, what are Leeds looking to do rest of the window? I think all 3 of the Year 1 parachute teams are going to make one pretty chunky signing. They have to. They have to, because if any of those teams don't go up this season and don't have that activity, then that's going to be the narrative, isn't it? Didn't make a push in January just to... if we think all 3 of them are going to get 90, 85, 90 points, Ruter hits the shot blocked away, then it's going to be a hell of a chase to the finish line, isn't it? Reese goes down. No foul given. Who is it today, by the way? Who's the ref, guys? Where do I find that on here? Facts. Do I find it on there? Lineups? Who's the ref? Anybody let me know? Can't see it. Odds? Facts. Oh, there it is. Referee Webb doesn't give the foul. Right, here is Rodon down the right-hand side over from centre half. And this is more the pattern I expected of this game, of Preston in their own half in a defensive shape and Leeds trying to find their way through. Obviously, we got a particularly thrilling first 15 minutes. And it's now settling into a more kind of predictable pattern. Somerville, edge of the box. Somerville gets it onto his left. Hits the shot way over the crossbar. Right, the ball has gone out of play. So for the first time today, we're going to do a like spike in just a minute. So hold your fire. And when I press the button, it really, really helps us out on the channel. I need you all, if you're watching right now, to hit the thumbs up button. It helps even more if you all do it at once. How many have we got? We've got 39 likes. So you have got 9 seconds to hit the like button. Let's get involved right now with our first like spike of the afternoon. Appreciate all of your support. You can support financially by hitting the join button down there. But it's as easy as anything just to hit the thumbs up button, and that really does help us out grandly. Has that number swelled? We hope. 54. Outstanding. We'll see how close we can get to 100 during the show. Muchly appreciated, you lot, watching live and in the chat. Yeah, everyone subscribe. Close to 34K. That's mental, isn't it? 34,000. Suspect that'll be close to the attendance today, won't it? Ruter crosses in. Foot in, I think, from McCann on the front post. Deflects it out for a corner. Leeds starting to go through the gears now at 1-1. Good thing for them. They got that equalizer nice and quickly. Leeds won't go up. It will be the current top three. You have to show you're working out, Chris, if you're going to make a bold statement like that. In comes the corner. That is a horrible corner. Who's that? Somerville put that in. Last two things, he's a brilliant player. Last two things he's done have been hopeless. Smashed the shot over the bar and smashed the corner too far. Just needs to find his range. So proud of Ipswich season, whatever happens. Yeah, absolutely. And my saying, I'm trying to make people understand, Ashley. My saying now is that a poker player can play their hand perfectly from a mathematical point of view and still not win. There's not a lot you can do if all the year one parachute teams are good. You just have to do your best. And if that means fourth, that means fourth. So be it. Here's Potts. Potts smashes in the shot. Decent enough block. I think, who was that travelling back? I don't think it was. Was it Firpo? Yeah, it was. Just gets in the way. Great to see the channel keep growing. Just don't revert to Prem when you're in there next season. Yeah, first world problems, won't it? We'll let the Blue Monday podcast cover all that stuff. No problems. QPR Huddersfield looks massive next week. Oh, yes. Love it. Is that on TV? Should be. Here is Keane. Frokje Jensen. Frokje Jensen knocks it out wide to Brad Potts, and it goes back through the centre half. On Sky next Sunday. Smells like a watch along. Ipswich remind me of my favourite Saints team who got back-to-back promotions. Well, I hope they do exactly the same thing. All these that hate Leeds, hey? Hey? Who hates Leeds, Graham? We've already had hundreds of comments on this stream and not one of them, get that chip off your shoulder. Come on. Big fan of what Leeds are doing this season, and they are a blooming great watch with those front players, aren't they? Could the two teams that get automatic promotion get 100 points each? I can't see two teams getting 100 points, not in the same season. Although Ipswich and Plymouth nearly did it. Plymouth got 100 last season, didn't they? Ipswich just short. It's a free kick to Preston. I think Leicester might get the points record. That could happen. That could happen. I think Leicester are going to need some kind of run of something like 9 wins in 11. And then I think it's on, isn't it? Just with that Reading record, you can just barely afford to even draw. And you have to just keep knocking out 8 wins out of 10, 7 wins out of 10, 9 wins out of 10, like through the whole season, don't you? Goal kick taken short. And then back into Melee, and it goes long in the end. I think it's going to go all the way through to Di Cornell. And he spoons that one up in the air, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Alfie, great win for Norwich yesterday. One of the best performances all season. Yes, indeed. Ipswich got, yeah, so after tomorrow, Ipswich are done with Leeds and Leicester, which is good news. I mean, Southampton are on fire, aren't they? But they do have to go away, I think, to pretty much everybody in the top 5, or the remaining teams other than themselves in the top 5. Grove Firpo, heavy one into Somerville, who does well to control it. Oh, lovely dribble by Somerville. That's brilliant. James knocks it off. Surely a foul there by Hughes, who is skating on thin ice now. I think that's 2 or 3 fouls by him. I think he's getting yellow carded pretty soon, isn't he? Andrew, bottom 4 now, at least 5 points adrift from Birmingham training. I'm beginning to see the point you're making with Sam. It's 3 from those 4. Yeah. I'm not going to say we were right, but I just see Plymouth and Birmingham and those teams, even Blackburn with attacking potential, just as a level above the teams who are right at the bottom. So they should all be safe, but it can turn. Teams can go on horrible bad runs, can't they? Talking about Reading, what do you make of the terrible situation going on there? I make of it exactly the same as everyone else. Just sell the damn thing, man. Get rid. And if you're not going to sell it, at least give them half a chance. Stop getting points deductions. That's tremendous. Most Leeds fans are completely balanced. They have a chip on both shoulders. Well played. Coventry on a run now. Yeah, Coventry. 1 defeat in 12. Is it? 3 wins on the bounce. Firpo hits the free kick over the crossbar. What is a bigger game for Ipswich? Saints at home on April the 1st. Oh God! Is it those two in a row? Oh my God! Going to be a fun Easter, isn't it? 30 minutes gone in this one. Leeds 1, Preston 1. Preston taking the lead after a hapless start by Leeds, who barely kicked the ball and couldn't defend a free kick, and Will Keane got the goal. We then had an equaliser, didn't we, from Dan James. Brilliant cross by Firpo, the left-back for Leeds. And then what proceeded was 10 minutes of the most entertaining football I've seen all season, where both teams played 100 miles an hour. We probably could have got another couple of goals. And it's just settled down since. Oh, foul by Gray on Miller. Miller's been good, hasn't he? The left winger, wing back for Preston. Really decent. And Archie Gray is excellent, but 17 and not a fullback. So he's got his work cut out today. Just heard from the NHS, Tom. They're going to trial Friday night's game as a cure for insomnia. Yes. We need to thank Southampton for their brilliant first half yesterday. And these lads, Leeds and Preston, for that first 15 minutes. Already guaranteed to have more entertainment than that hopeless Sunderland v Hull game. God, that was dirty, wasn't it? White man swings the free kick in. Oh, Meslier, catch that for God's sake, man. It's volleyed back in. Meslier under no pressure punches. But hey, we might get a counter-attack more by luck than judgment here. That's foul, isn't it? Not given, interestingly. Who was it? Frokje Jensen in from the side there on Rutter. If you're unchallenged and you are going to punch it, get a bit more distance than that. Although, to be fair, none of the Leeds centre-backs looked surprised, did they? When he punched it. Seen some rumours linking Pritchard to Birmingham. Could be linking up with his former manager. Huddersfield look like they're investing heavily, though. Can't quite say the same for the bottom 3. No, that's true. Have Huddersfield done more business? Anir, has that gone over my head whilst I took over from my childminder on Thursday and Friday with Enid's sore throat presser? Poor little sausage. Leeds have to win virtually every week to keep the pressure on. Yes, they do, but you can't say objectively it won't happen, Chris. You have to have a bit more humility than that. You can say it's unlikely, but don't say it won't. That doesn't help you to convince anybody. Bamford heads goalwards. In fact, I'm more distrusting with people that say opinions as objective facts, even when they might be right. So there you go. Debating advice from Ben. Humility always a help. Yes, Healy. I did see that. He started yesterday, hasn't he? Unlikely. There you go. Well played, Chris. Yeah, as you get down to those last 10, I mean, Saint is right. You do get these situations where it just seems like everybody's winning, doesn't it? And anyone drops points and it's a disaster. Oh, blatant body check there by McCann on James. Don't know what McCann's complaining about there. Looked more like a rugby tackle, that one. Yellow card is coming out from referee Webb. Why is he complaining? 2 million quid, was it? Worth. God. At least he didn't go with the classic, I took the bull ref. Like that makes any difference when you just completely clean somebody out. A sixth yellow card, Sky tell us, for Ali McCann for the season. Somerville whips it in right-footed. Bamford wins the header. Ampadu trying to recycle that. Leeds have 25% shot accuracy. Does that mean they've got the power? I think it might be the direction rather than the power. Christopher. Playing out from the back here, Preston. And they've given it away. Firpo tried to just lift that into Bamford. Couldn't find him. And Frokje Jensen has been foul. Seems like Gallagher could be the one to come in. Apparently, our head of recruitment was watching him yesterday. Doesn't look like anything's happening before tomorrow, though, Luke, does it? That would have had to have been signed off by today. But still, play the long game. Gray. Nice feet. Much better tackle there by Ali McCann. Yeah. Just a thought, Man City and their 115 charges may be part of your championship checking show. Next season, you mean in 2037 when it finally gets through the courts? Mowbray casually resembling his squad at Blackburn and Sun. Well, it shows how likeable he is, and if they all want to go and play for him again, you love to see it. Lifted through and gathered by Di Cornell. And here is Jordan Story. White man coming and taking it off Cornell. Cleared down the line. If QPR lose chair, they will go down. Yeah, you get to the point where you think, unless they're going to get a massive fee for him, why would they sell now? Because the problem of getting out of League One would be far greater than his benefit in keeping them there. You've got to do that deal in the summer if you're going to do it, if you're QPR, surely. Haven't you? There is Jaden Anthony on the bench. His mind must be all over the place. Bless him, poor fella. Nothing ahead of tomorrow. If anything was to happen to Moore, you would assume that could happen after Semenyo back from AFCON. Yeah, fair point. Fair point. Delayed pilot. We have a rule on here. We don't do any chair puns for Ilias. So I'll put it up. I'm not reading it, though. I've seen way too many of those. Leeds looking at Ben Johnson from West Ham. I think we saw him in the Bristol City West Ham watch along the other day, didn't we? Fed down the line. Story gets caught late. That might be yellow card for Somerville. Love Somerville, but he's had a pretty rubbish last 20 minutes, hasn't he? And he's just clattered Jordan Story. As I'll just say after the ball's gone, as he's playing the ball, but yeah, not a good tackle by Cry Somerville. And another yellow card from referee Webb, also a sixth of the season for Somerville. Do I think Ipswich will win tomorrow? No. I would love it. It would be one of the most amazing results since I've been supporting them. But no, I think Leicester would be too strong. Look, if they get a draw, I'll be cock a hoop. Glenn Kamara tries to clear, smashes straight into Reese, and then he's he's in an offside position as it bounces back. Will Ipswich do any business before the window shuts? Strong. Yeah, as Luke was saying, I think Sam Gallagher's the one as the quick replacement for George Hurst. But I think Blackburn have realised desperate measures and whack the price up, as you would, wouldn't you? You got to play fair, though, haven't you? Looks pretty windy there down in that corner where Melier takes the goal kick. Out it goes. I think Ipswich might get something out of us. Yeah, we still get Montree, not Monty, sorry, Montree. And Ant makes the same point. We don't know whether Dewsbury Hall is going to play. My sense with managers is they normally only mention that to avoid disappointment when he doesn't play. So I'm thinking if he was going to play, why even mention it? So I think the odds are probably 60-40 that he's probably not going to play Kiernan tomorrow. Here is Grove. Gray. Rodon. Ampadu. Rodon. Ruter. Oh, nice spin by Ruter. Helps it on to Gray. Grove. Loads of possession now for Leeds. Preston just sat behind the ball. Rodon. Ampadu. Proper low block now. There's not even anyone close to halfway for Preston, let alone anyone in the other half. Gray. Don't want to invite too much pressure on themselves, do they? Ruter tries a clever dink over the top. James tries to get it into the box. Does well, actually. Wins a corner. Enzo is playing poker face. Can't read my poker face. Leicester can afford to lose tomorrow. Leicester can probably afford to lose about 8 games between now and the end of the season, can't I? Am I going tomorrow? Yes, I am going tomorrow. Very much looking forward to it. Winks, Chowdhury, Atkin. Not Pratt. If you could look to Scotland. Corner comes in. Hung up. Oh, chance. Sort of floaty corner. Ruter arrived. He's the only one on the move in the box. Everyone else is stood still. Good run by Ruter. Not the greatest header in the world, I have to say, but he gets himself free. And in the land of the Giants, that's the Preston. Oh, that's a good chance, isn't it? Look at Cornell's face in goal. He's like, who the hell was marking him? And yeah, Daniel Farker, who knows his onions, is like, ooh, should have hit the target there. Vlog tomorrow. If you're in the away end, those limbs could be brilliant. I am not in the away end, but I am there. Deduce from that what you will. Got to do better. Yeah, I agree, Ashley. I mean, it's not really his game, is it? Ruter arriving on crosses and heading them in. But if you're a 35 million euro striker, you need to at least be able to do it, or do it a little bit better than that. Throwing for Preston, he's just going to hurl it down the line and try and get up the pitch. Keane tries to hold it, and they win another throw-in, which Liam Miller is not going to take. He passes it to Andrew Hughes. And they've made their way all the way up into the final 30 with 3 consecutive throw-ins. Preston. turned over now and cleared away by Joe Rodon, who I think has been really good for Leeds, actually, at centre-half this season. I mean, again, you would expect it. What did Spurs pay for Rodon? Like 18 million or something? As a Saints fan, we've been below Leeds all season, and now here we are. I'd love them to draw. So much better for Saints. Plus, I think Southampton, till recent, have been disrespected. All these people need to get their chips off their shoulders. Who's disrespected Southampton, for God's sake? Deary me. Southampton have got nothing but praise recently, haven't they? 21 undefeated in brilliant form. Ruter, nice carry from him. Not a good ball, but a poor clearance from Potts. Ooh, lovely slide in. There's that vertical Daniel Farker passing. James coming off the right-hand side into the middle. Is that Firpo again? Sliding that one through. He's been Leeds' most productive attacker, hasn't he? Firpo, the left-back. MR, hope Wednesday stay up. Afternoon, Ian. Look, he's got the membership there. Go and get involved and join like Ian has. Preston are average offensively. Probably fair. Any more watch along for next round? We probably will do. I must admit, until it's a Monday, I have no idea what the hell's going on next round. Right, match bingo. Get your eyes on this. How much stoppage time is there? Always a key moment. I need 5 minutes. It's 2 minutes. Not good. Here is Somerville. Somerville drifts in off the left, plays it to Archie Gray. Gray tries to take on. He does well, actually. Gray wins the throw. He's got 2 in the corner. Quick throw in to Ruter. I was trying to do some match bingo, but Preston are making a meal of getting this clear. What are they doing? Get it up the line, boys. Oh, dear. Horrible from Preston. They're giving it straight back. That's how we're doing on match bingo, by the way. Not too bad. Middle line's looking good. What do I need? I need subs for Leeds to complete that middle line, but nobody has claimed the first line yet. 175 quid. Prize pot. Thank you, as ever, to Match Bingo for sponsorship. Miller, who I think has probably been Preston's best player down the left. As in Preston's best player, comma, down the left. Ruter. Ruter holds it up in the 10. Gray puts it in the box. Good delivery, really good delivery, really good clearance, actually. Hooked up. Somerville edge of the box. Oof, good block. Leeds piling the pressure on here. Kamara crossed in, headed away. And a foul drawn. Good bit of play there in the midfield. Are Leeds really as scary as people say they are? I think they're a really good side. Yeah. In most other divisions, or most other years of this division, they'd be in the top 2. It's half time. I enjoyed that, especially the first 15 minutes. Absolutely bonkers start to the game. Dreadful start by Leeds. They conceded a foul. They conceded a free kick. They conceded the first header. They conceded the second ball. And then they conceded a goal from Will Keane, all in the space of about 63 seconds, I think it was. Then we got an absolutely brilliant 15 minutes or so, just harem-scarum stuff. Leeds equalised. Dan James, little close-range header on the back stick. Great cross by Junior Firpo. As I say, it was then harem-scarum for the next 10 minutes. Not much to do about nothing, I think, for the next half hour in terms of big chances. There are your numbers, guys. So 57-43 in favour of Leeds on the possession. Preston on the XG are actually ahead, 0.96, although Wilkins' goal, that was only 0.28. What was that? Oh, sorry, that's Leeds. My bad. Hang on. Wilkins' goal, 0.61 of that. When was that pot shot? I don't remember. There you go. That's all Preston's business in front of goal. 9 shots to 7, 3-2 on target in Leeds' favour. And as you can probably all add up, that doesn't do a hell of a lot at the top of the table. That would move Leeds 1 point closer to Ipswich and Southampton. Would move Leeds 1 point closer to everyone. But they were close to within 6 points of Ipswich and Southampton. They would still be a massive 13 points behind Leicester at the top. If you want to get some questions in, that would be great. I will take that one from Chris and that one from Montre when I get back, and that one from Ian. You've done this before, getting your questions in, but I'm just going to quickly make myself a coffee. So don't worry. I don't want to leave the empty seat again. So we will set the clock here on my phone to make sure I'm back in time. But I'm just going to take a break for 3 minutes and 49 seconds. But I'd love you to get your questions in. During that time, we'll come back with some halftime Q&A. Be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It's half time in our Sunday watch along. It's Leeds 1, Preston 1. Enjoyable stuff. First 15 minutes was absolutely brilliant. It's half time Q&A time. So let's see what we've got in the chat. Chris, I said I'd start with this one, didn't I? Who's my top six? So right now, Leicester are obviously going to finish in the top six. Southampton and Ipswich and Leeds would do well not to. If you think you need 75 points, they're not going to get under that, I don't think, are they? West Brom do look like a fair lock for... I know Coventry have tightened up and they've got 2 defeats in 3, but almost thinking the top 5 look really likely, just knowing Carlos Corber on. But I suppose... there's some conversation about 5th and 6th. Coventry looking really good form. Norwich are interesting, aren't they? If they can now reintegrate Sargent and, if they have a team with Sargent, Rowe, Sarah, all playing well, then why can't they have a decent run towards the end of the season? Obviously, Middlesbrough, Sunderland, good under Carrick. Sunderland are slipping, aren't they? You would pick out... I know Middlesbrough are 11th, but there's just something there since Carrick has been there. Middlesbrough and Coventry were in it last season, so that's kind of where I am with the top 6 at the moment. It's really hard to say with 5th and 6th, isn't it? Although Coventry's trajectory looks really good. Thoughts on Mick Beale? I have lots of thoughts on Mick Beale. I know he's not popular, and I understand why he's not popular after the QPR debacle and a silly interview. But look, people make mistakes and life has to move on, and I'm sure if he could go back, he wouldn't do it again. I think there's probably a good manager in there, but the situation is not advantageous for Mick Beale at Sunderland, considering everyone seems to love Tony Mowbray and it's a big club with an intense fan base. So he's going to have to really prove himself, isn't he? You asked me about Victor Torg, 24-year-old Danish central midfielder. Excellent. New into Coventry. Torp, sorry, my bad. Quick question. Do you think Farke is that great a manager, or was it a case of Buendia and Pukki? I do think he's look, obviously, you can easily make the argument about Buendia and Pukki, can't it? Because they were both absolutely incredible. But he did build a really good team, didn't he, at Norwich? And to get the consistency twice, I think he's an excellent manager. Preston North End holding their own. Do you think Coventry would get playoffs? Yeah, I think so. I think I backed them from the start of the season, didn't I? I'm sure I had Coventry in the top 6. For God's sake, I had Middlesbrough second, didn't I, before any of the sales went? 3 minutes, 49 seconds is awfully specific. It's not awfully specific, Isaac, just specific. That's what it is, 3 minutes, 49. I'm just copying, what's his name? Jeff Stelling. If you could take one of James, Somerville, Rutter or Bamford, great question for Ipswich. Who would you take? It's between Somerville and Rutter, although at the moment we need a striker, so it'd probably be Bamford, but I'd play the long game if I was getting someone who's worth a ton of money. I'd be happy with either Somerville or Rutter. Somerville, just based on his numbers this season. Top 4 is sorted, 5th and 6th undecided. I would agree with that. Morgan Whittaker, 15 league goals, 6 assists. So good. Obviously on track for more than 20. Given the money, what's he worth? So right now, with a January premium, you're definitely into, I think, the 10 million range, aren't you? But if he gets to the end of the season and if he's close to 20 goals, you can stick a few more million on that, can't you? And you're in the 15 to 18 million pound range for Whittaker. I always think you need to do more than one good season. But hey, Leicester signed Tom Cannon for 8 million after about 12 games at Preston on loan. So there you go. Most underrated player of the season. There's probably some poor central midfielder in the bottom three putting in an absolute shift every week. I don't know, Sam Field or something. Everyone underrated. They're never really underrated, the players that people want to raise as underrated players, do they? Or maybe a centre half chugging out the appearances for QPR or Sheffield Wednesday or Rotherham would have to be in there. Will Leeds make a comeback, or did they have a chance to get back? Of course they got a chance, but you just need one of those crazy runs, don't you? Remember, things can change big style. If someone can win 8 in 11 or 8 in 10 or 9 in 10, they can win 4 in a row, stop, and then 5 in a row. You know, gaps close really quickly with runs like that. Who from League One could you see doing an Ipswich next year, if anyone? Obviously. This will sound really snotty. Nobody, Tom, because we were a bit of a freak show in League One, weren't we? So I think Ipswich had a really good manager who's, you know, really operated well in League One. And, you know, to show humility and self-awareness, Ipswich had loads of money by League One standards as well. And I don't see a team in there. You know, Derby is a huge club, isn't it? But I need to see them. Well, it's Paul Warne. I love Paul Warne, but I don't see a Paul Warne team going from League One straight to the top of the Championship. Put it that way. We're nearly there. What happened during my break? Do you want to know exactly what happened down here? I quickly stepped out of my garage where we took everything out and put the little YouTube studio. I walked into the kitchen, so out the back door, in there. Shaylee was in there, so I said hello quickly to her, and there was an error. I tried to fill this cup of coffee, and I hadn't changed the cartridge, so I made an error. It's 2 presses, so I pressed once, quickly ran to the toilet, came back, pressed again, tried to plan what we do in the afternoon with Shaylee, and then I think she's making a sandwich or something, and then quickly sat back down, and there was my 3 minutes and 49 seconds. I made a stupid drunk bet with my mate Greg that Leicester would make 100 points. Is that money down the drain? No, I don't think so. I think there's a decent chance of 100 points. Is Ron Swash your favourite Parks and Rec character? Of course he is. Ron Swanson. Absolutely. Who do you think is the best striker in the Championship? The best? Define best, though, as in form or most useful, or the one who's worth the most money? The one who's had the best career is Jamie Vardy, I guess. The best striker, pass. It's too difficult. Down the middle, I don't know. Adam Armstrong, even though he doesn't play down the middle, probably. You're the manager of a bottom half Premier League side. Do you play by Clark or Rowe? That's a great question. Clark probably, but Rowe is outstanding, isn't he? Just Clark's probably just got a bit more experience right now for the Premier League. But Victor Johansson, he's not underrated. Everyone talks about him, and he's quality, isn't he? Zach Viner. Well, Zach Viner's not underrated, Annie, because you always talk about him, don't you? Dewsbury, dearie me. Dewsbury Hall, probably the most high-value player in the Championship. Right, the players are coming out. I want to clear these quickly. Potts' lack of dynamism and pace showing how much we need a right winger. We have no pace on the bench. Jordan Hugill. Ben Sheaf is underrated. No, he's not. Everyone talks about Ben Sheaf as a hot defensive midfielder. Dylan, thank you so much. He's become a member. Thank you so much, Dylan. Dylan, send me a DM on Twitter, or it's benjaminbloommusic@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll add you to the WhatsApp group. It'd be great to have you there. Thank you so much. Dylan has signed up. We are just about ready to go. Thank you for a great chat at halftime. Second half has just begun. Right, Leeds 1, Preston 1. Somerville's got it down the left. I'll do the teams in just a jiffy. We'll get some predictions from you guys as well. Fippo knocks it back to Somerville. I will tee up the teams. Yeah, in fact, we should be able to do them now. Ball's knocked back into Joe Roden. I've got the wrong screen open, of course, which is terribly helpful right now. What is helpful is referee Webb has just given a free kick, which means I can just bang through these leads. Melier, Gray, Roden, Ampadu, Firpo, Kamara, Grove, James Reuter, Somerville, and Bamford. For North End, Cornell, Story, Lindsay, Hughes, Miller and Potts wide, McCann, Whiteman, Frockier, Jensen, Keane, and Jakobsen up top. And what we will do is we will do our predictions. It's a throw in to Leeds, so I don't want to do them yet. Just hold them in your head 1 second, and you can do your final score predictions, the halftime update, in just a second. Let's just see this Leeds throw in out, and then I'll hit the button. Firpo to Somerville. Somerville skins his man. Somerville to the touchline, into the box. Great play by Somerville. Puts it across. Oh, they've hit the post. Reuter was, I don't know, 5 yards out. What a run by Somerville, though. Outstanding dribbling from Chris Somerville. Look at that. First move was great. Little body swerve. And they're trying to show him his right foot. He doesn't want it. Pokes it back out. Should have been a goal, shouldn't it, for Georgie Reuter? Look at that. Nearly the Romario sweep there to beat his man. Reuter should have scored. He hits the post from about 6 yards, and the Leeds fans will hope that's not a sign of things to come in terms of being chances missed, excuse me, but that is a sign of to come in terms of chances created. Here is Keane for Preston. Nice feed by Keane to Brad Potts. A rare attack for Preston. Here they come. McCann. He gets closed down. Into the box. Here is Frockier Jensen. Blocked out. It's going to fall to McCann. He puts it out to the left wing. Here is Miller. Miller crosses right-footed, easily cleared by Rodon. It's a bit like the first 15 minutes all over again. Whiteman, and it's turned over. Reuter, lovely early ball to Pat Bamford. Bamford heading towards the box. Into the box. Bamford hits the shot over the bar. And finally, after a brilliantly entertaining couple of minutes there, predictions, get them in. You've got 16 seconds. What is the final score of this game going to be? Please stick the teams in so it all makes sense. You've got 16 seconds predictions. Go. Right, get your predictions for the final score in for me in the chat. We'll let that roll a little longer. Sky Cameras picking up Joel Pirro there. I wonder if they're saying, would Pirro have scored that chance that Georgie Reuter just hit against the post? I've got to say a big thank you to Anir. £2 on the super chat. Here comes Somerville. Somerville into the box. Somerville! Oh, they've made the block. And a good tackle there. He could have conceded the penalty pot, so he needed to time that one right. Thank you, Anir, so much. £2 super chat. Anir, great supporter of the channel and the roundtables as well. Thank you so much, my friend. Here comes Preston on the counter-attack, though. What is it with these two sides in the start of a half? You get these basketball games. Right, let's get some predictions in. 4-1, says Sean. 2-1, and Isaac 2-1. Saint 3-1, Charlie 3-1, Canary in the Coal Mine 3-1. Dylan just joined as a member. Thank you so much. 4-1. Christopher 4-1. MG Chef. Oh, right to the edge of the box. James was there. Cornell came out. Bamford hits the shot. There is right. I'm going to say it now. There is no way this game is ending 1-1. So many chances at the start of this half. 2-1. Cody, Annie 3-1. Nick, Preston 3-1. I think that's heart overhead, isn't it? Sky just slowing that down. It looked like a good tackle by Cornell. I suppose you always look for the handball possibility there. Does he hit his hand? Hard to see. I need another look at that. Don't think it's going to be 4-0 Manchester airside spotting. I think he's missed the object of the game there, hasn't he? There you go. He's changed it for dearie me. Right, corner to Preston. In it comes. Ooh, Bamford on the near post. And it is a goal kick. Need to see another look at that possible handball, which wouldn't just have been handball, would it? It could have been a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity as well, if it was indeed. But need to see another replay of that. Has a team in the Championship ever got over 50 points, been relegated? Yes, 54, Peterborough. There you go. What's the WhatsApp group like? How do I join? The WhatsApp group is brilliant. Saint, send me a DM, fella, on Twitter, or email me, benjaminbloommusic@gmail.com, and I will add you in. Oh, good fun. Brereton Diaz with a Blades debut later by the way. Ben Brereton Diaz, for people who've watched the channel for a long time. Ampadu. Knocked back inside. Ampadu gets it back off Groove. Groove is in the heart. I wonder if Leeds fans can make something of that. Gruev is in the heart. Gruev, or however you pronounce it. Sam Parkham was trying to teach me the other day. Oh, James is in behind. James chips the keeper. Oh, roof of the net. Leeds could have scored 3 times this half already. And we're at minute 52. I don't think that's a difficult chance, is it? Almost looks more difficult because it is a chip shot. I think a professional footballer should be able to chip the keeper from there. And Daniel Farker puts his arms out wide as if to say, what's going on? Why can't we score? I think that's a huge chance. And I think people get a bit confused by chip shots. That's not difficult for a professional footballer, I don't think. It's just we don't see them so often because keepers don't get caught in those positions. Down the line it goes. Throw in 2. Preston. Oh, sorry, excuse me. So Frank to Leeds in their right back position. We missed so many chances. Yeah, it could have been 2-1, 3-1 already in the second half, couldn't it? If Rangers beat Huddersfield next season, do you think they'll press the panic button and sack more? I don't, but I understand why you're asking that question, Tom. It becomes a relevant conversation, doesn't it? And their owner does seem interesting, doesn't he, if you follow him on Twitter with his little end-of-day filmings. Can't DM you. What's your Twitter handle, Saint? And I'll give you a follow, and then you'll be able to. Wow. Di Cornell is down. So what we will do is we'll take this opportunity and we will do... Should we do a roll call or where in the world? Let's do where in the world. I would love to know where you're watching from today. No silly answers, please. You've got 18 seconds. All I want you to do is type in the comments exactly where you are watching from. I'm curious and I want to give you your town a shout out. Where in the world? Right, we're playing Where in the World, where the ball's gone dead. Get them in the chat. We'll just see this throw in and I will read them all out in just a second. Ooh, McCann has been caught there and he hits the deck pretty heavily. Let's read some of these out. Hove actually, is that like Love Actually? Rugby, the gym, Durham, Ireland, Ewingar, Australia, nice. Kov, Muscat, Oman, Espoo, Finland, Ipswich, Bristol, East Anglia, Bailey Moat, Northern Ireland. I bet that's picturesque, isn't it? Portugal, nice. Thamesmead, Ipswich, Dublin, Coventry, London, Adelaide, New Cross, Leicester, Thamesmead. Even Ben acknowledges that Leeds are true champions of Europe and deserve to finish above Ipswich. Is that what categorises you to be true champions of Europe at the moment? I'll take it if it is. Throw in from Fearpo. And thank you, everybody, for watching from all over the world. How are we going on match bingo? The first line has gone, by the way. The 25 quid first line prize has gone. Congratulations to Dan Gibbard. Has won that. But I'm still in the game. Plenty of purples on there is all I will say. Here's Brad Potts. I was going to say Brat Pods then, which would have been a nice fun spoonerism. Wouldn't it? Daniel Farker getting more and more frustrated with his side's inability to stick the ball in the back of the net this half. Los Galadas Almera. Lovely stuff. The ball is in the Preston back three with Andrew Hughes. Kicks it in the channel for Liam Miller, who's in a foot race with Dan James. And I've never been in a foot race with Dan James, but I'd assume you probably don't want to be. He's won a corner, though, so fair play. God, it looks so windy there. The corner flag is like virtually horizontal at some points. Hopefully the stadium gives the players a little bit of shelter, but corner to Preston then. Corner goes to the back stick, recycled by Miller. Easy gather for Melier. Yorkshire Wind. God, I remember going to that game. Leeds fans won't like me reminding them. The Basham arriving game. My God, the weather then. Took out a line of the bingo yesterday. Never been happy at a Watford substitute. Did you win, Josh? If you did, I'm so happy about that. Please tell me, and I'll tell James at Match Bingo. We had a £1,000 winner in the who's a subscriber to the channel in the Ipswich Norwich game. Liam Lindsay, Andrew Hughes, and Jordan Story, the same person. Yes. Very much so. Fouled by Bamford. He's getting a bit handsy there. Commentators joke the corner flag is like them on New Year's Eve. Fair play. Fair play to the commentators. Hang on, Saint. You put your handle in, didn't you? I was supposed to give you a follow, and it's just gone miles up at Mars 194 _ You're not making this easy for me, are you? _2 at Mars 194. There you go. Follow back. Now you can DM me. I think Dylan, who also signed up as a member, just given me a follow, hasn't he? Dylan, let's follow him back. There we go. Right. Throw in from Potts. Tries to scoop it with the outside of his foot further down the line. Here we go again. Oh, dear. Throws it into Will Keane, and it goes out for a Leeds throw-in. Thoughts on Huddersfield signing so far? The thought was, at least they're giving the manager some help, which, as we discussed at halftime, doesn't always happen. down at the bottom of the table. Match bingo, £2 for a card, but there's plenty of free games on there, including bingos on a Saturday. Thank you for Match Bingo for sponsoring the show today. So a mix of both. Groove is in the heart. Got to stop doing that. I won't do it again. Ampadu. Rodon. Gray. Excuse me, James. Little slide through to Kamara. That's a foul on Kamara, isn't it? Probably a yellow card for Lindsay, isn't it? Slides in on Kamara, who just kind of knocks the ball around him. And referee Webb brings the yellow card out. Not a very good tackle. So that is McCann, Whiteman, and Lindsay in the book for Preston. Somerville in the book for Leeds. And we have a free kick to Leeds United now, which Somerville and Firpo are discussing. It's just over to the right-hand side of the box. Somerville's going to swing it out with the right foot. Ooh, goes all the way across. Anyone touch that? No, says referee Webb. Ben, your singing is delightful. I see what you've done there. The chills that you spill on my back. That should have been a corner, shouldn't it? But I think the replay has just proved. Preston getting away with one there. I couldn't ask for another. I couldn't ask for another. Oh, groove is in the heart. It's like wedged in my head now. Oh, not good. Rodon. Lobbed forward again by Preston. I assume the wind is causing a bit of problems down that end. Oh, nice little knock-off by Keane. Really good tackle by Ampadu. Keane, Potts was in on the far side. They've found the ball across to Potts now. Potts clips it up to the back stick. Headed away by Gray. Nice little takedown, and Whiteman recycles it. Slid down the line. Potts. Knocked inside to Lindsay. Lindsay out to Potts. Bit of possession for Preston, but the real opening was about 90 seconds ago, wasn't it? Thoughts on Joey Barton? Yeah. Somerville gets a foot in. And Leeds win the throw. And Firpo gets barged in the back by Frokje Jensen. Foul. Isaac, how much energy do these live streams take up? Lots. Heard some YouTubers talk about it wearing them out. Yeah, you're just constantly talking. Like, I've done podcasts for years, but there's 2 or 3 people on them. But when you do the live streams, you're just all over the place. Constantly clicking comments. If you're watching a game as well, I've got the iPad down there to do the match bingo bits and bobs. So, yeah. The hardest ones used to be the Saturday super streams where we were kind of following every game and everything across there. Clearly a delightful human being, Mr. Barton. He has some issues, doesn't he? Let's just say. I always try and treat everybody with empathy, I have to say. So I do always have empathy for people who've had tough upbringings. But yeah, you'd think that can't be used as an excuse for slightly toxic behaviour decades later, can you? So yes, we'll leave it at that. Throw in to Leeds down the left. Firpo tosses it in, looking for Somerville. The ball holds up in the wind there. 65 gone, by the way. Ben really enjoyed the 4 games a day Qatar World Cup. Oh, God. And where we started like 10 in the morning as well. Man, there was no other football on then, was there? Championship came back at least at the start of December, I guess. Somerville then. Somerville swings the corner in. Now that's how you do a punch, Melier. One-handed by Di Cornell. And gets out towards the edge of the box. Ruter driving forward. Oh, foul again. Oh, we're going to get a yellow card for diving for Georgie Ruter. Referee Webb was pretty sure, as you have to be. Let's have a look. I mean, he leaves his leg, doesn't he? That's all I'll say about that one. That World Cup seems ages ago. England didn't do anything. Did they get to quarterfinals, or was it the last 16? I can't remember. He was sound when he did a charity day at the Rico. Yeah. His views are horrible. I mean, I think you always have to say with people, there's probably very few human beings in the world where I disagree with every single one of their views or agree with every single one of their views. So I know people get into that binary mentality with people. I'm sure there's some things that Joey Barton thinks that I agree with and some things that I disagree with. But yeah, I think it's how one goes about expressing one's views sometimes that can be problematic. Quarterfinals. There you go. No subs yet for the home side. Yeah, I agree. They probably need something off the bench soon. 68 minutes gone, although Daniel Farker would argue, particularly in the first 10 minutes of this half, Leeds had enough chances to get themselves in front, and he shouldn't have to be thinking about the bench to win the game. But that's the case now. High foot by Kamara. It's the Euros this summer. Bring it on, hey? Ouch. Frockier getting a boot in the head there. And I don't think he's going to get a yellow for that. He probably, I know there's no malicious intent. That doesn't matter, though. It's endangering the opponent, isn't it? And your foot in their head when they're not crouched down much too low to head the ball is probably endangering an opponent, isn't it? Speaking of the bench, Preston are going there first. Ryan Ledson comes in for Ali McCann into that central midfield area. Fresh legs. And they've had to do a lot of chasing around, haven't they, in central midfield. In goes the free kick. Ledson gets his first touch, heads it on. Emil Rees, nice ball there, back up the line to Miller. Miller, good feet, not a great cross with the right foot, easily headed away. And nodded back in by Whiteman, flicked on, keen on the edge of the area, trying to make a nuisance of himself. And Firpo clears for Leeds. One back, though, by Frockier Jensen. Potts. Frockier Jensen, good bit of possession this for Preston. Can they turn it into some good pressure? There's one in the channel for Will Keane. Ampadu on the cover. Slices it into the John Charles stand, if I've got me stands right there at Leeds. White man feeds it into Reese, edge of the box. Can they make a chance here? Hughes crosses in. Firpo kind of thighs it back to Meslier, although I think Will Keane has been flagged for a foul on Ampadu in the middle of the box. Yeah, so it does now start to get a bit tetchy for Leeds, and whoever the commenter who said bench now, they're probably right. That's where Leeds will be looking at in terms of winning the game, unless they can just keep on keeping on. And this 11 on the pitch can win it, but they've got plenty of quality on the bench. Leeds. Have a look at that bench, in fact. So attacking-wise, look, Poveda, Anthony, Gelhardt, Pirro, Fernandez, all there on the bench for Leeds United. Preston just having a good little sort of 2-3 minute period. Sort of since the sub happened, managed to get up the pitch and stay up the pitch. Ampadu, little outside of the foot to Groove, given away by the Bulgarian. And White man wins it back for Preston. And here is Kamara. Here's Ruter, edge of the box. Good block from the shot. Shoots from about 25 yards. And Firpo is going to take the throw. And it goes to Somerville. Firpo, Somerville. Oh, brilliant from Somerville. Drag back and back heel. Superb skill. Firpo into the box. Cross, spooned up. Oh, Cornell spilled that. Bamford had a chance to just poke it into the back of the net, but he manages to regather. About giftable moment of the day. Wow, look at that from Somerville. 2 players with him. Drag back, back heel. Takes them both out. Outstanding stuff. And God, that would have been poor from Cornell. Nearly dropped it right at Bamford's feet. Here's Potts. Story into Lindsay. Let's get some comments going. Most impressive person you've interviewed. I suppose the favourite one must be John Eustace, because Sam had managed to get hold of Eustace, and then all the Wayne Rooney rumours started literally that day, didn't they? And and bless him, he still turned up and did it. We had him booked for the Championship check-in podcast at like 6 that evening, and we spoke to him and ran the interview as a pre-record. So, yeah, John Eustace, I guess. Would I prefer the draw to keep Ipswich a good distance away, or Leeds, or quietly home for a Preston winner? I have no opinion on these watch-alongs. I'll just call what I see. What I want to happen isn't relevant, or what we've kind of built the channel up. So what's going to happen is going to happen. The wind battering that corner as Ben Whiteman steps up. Corner goes in. Bamford's going to be able to clear it. Is it possible to put the game time on the screen? I don't believe it is in StreamYard. But we're 75 minutes into the game. Firpo slides in. Potts hits the deck. I think they're going to kick it out. Frokje Jensen. We are going to get Byram and Pirro are about to come on for Leeds. Bad result this, if it stays as it is. Long way to go. Still 15 on the clock. But yeah, Leeds, given their home record, would have really been targeting 3 points today. And they've made plenty of chances. Firpo gets the yellow card from referee Webb. Leeds 1.47 on the XG so far, if there's no lag on that. And Firpo, that's the last thing he does, gets booked because Byram replaces him at left back. Piru has come in as well. For Glenn Kamara. So that feels like an attacking one. Who are they playing in central midfield now? No idea. Be interesting to see how Leeds are lined up now, but fair play to Farker. He's gone for it there. Central midfielder out. Attacking player, whatever you want to call. I call Piru a striker, but oh, God, we got a triple from Preston as well. Brady, Brown and Stewart in for Keane, Miller and Reese. Preston have taken off both of their strikers there. And Leighton Stewart is a striker, but they're only going to be going one up top and trying, obviously, to see this game out at 1-1. Somerville is top class. That was a lovely bit of skill. Well, Somerville is still playing left for Leeds. Sorry, they've just gone to a close-up on Ryan Lowe. I'd quite like to see the pitch, please, Sky. Throw in down in the right back position, right over near the corner flag. We're just trying to figure out how Leeds are lining up here. Now, I can't figure it out. Has Archie Gray gone into midfield? No. Does genuinely look like Joel Piru has just gone into central midfield, which is interesting. Gets another striker on the pitch, but people sort of laughing at the fact that Tharker didn't play Piru at number 9 and played him at number 10. Looks like he's in midfield at the moment. I mean, if he gets a chance up in the box, I'm sure he'll take it, but yeah, interesting. Melier touch and hoiks that one clear. Story gets a foot on it and the ball's played back to Adai Cornell. Oh, poor clearance, but his centre-backs help him out and get that one up the pitch. Do you have any opinion on the Leeds goalkeeper? Yeah, I think he's decent. Always quite liked him, actually. I know he struggled a bit in the Premier League in the last season, but I think those changes have strengthened Leeds and weakened Preston. We'll see. Here comes Somerville down the left. Feeds it to Byram. Byram has got 2 players to beat and doesn't quite have Somerville's dribbling quality, does he? Matt, legend. Feeling nervous or relaxed about tomorrow? Oh, relaxed, mate. It'll be what it's going to be. The fact that Ipswich are within 25 points of Leicester is pretty miraculous. If they get out with a draw, I will be delighted. Knocked forward in to the front. Ampadu wins that for Leeds and plays a good ball into Ruta. Ruta gets caught, but Piru carries on. Advantage played. Looked like a foul. Piru into the box. Byram, Somerville. Preston, as you can imagine, with everybody back. Leeds trying to force the winner here, and Somerville is getting his arm tugged by Potts and wins the free kick. I suppose there's the benefit of having Joel Pirro in midfield there. He managed to get forward and join the attack there. It's definite foul on Reuter in the build-up. Yeah, you can see the refs raving advantage there. Refs always get criticised, don't they? So referee Webb's been good so far. Somerville curls the free kick in. Headed clear. Gray is the last man. Don't lose it there. And he does lose it, but he gets bailed out then by Groove. Gray complains he got fouled, but he did hold on to that for too long. Here is Somerville into Pirro. Rodon. Gray. James. Pirro. Definitely playing central midfield, isn't he? Ampadu. Gruev. Ampadu. Just Leeds continually circulating the ball here. Somerville. Somerville comes in off the left into the box, out of the box. Pirro, edge of the box. Helps it on. It's patient from Leeds. Can they make the opening? James. James tries to play it down the line for Gray, who's just ran out of play. Gray not very gracious actually. Brady just shepherded him out of play, went to apologise, and Gray not accepting the apology. Gray needs to calm down, or needs some help from his teammates to calm down, put it that way. I think he has calmed down now. To be fair to Gray, he does give him a bit of a shove, doesn't he? I thought he just edged him away there. Bit naughty from Brady. Yellow card is out from referee Webb. I guess that's for Cornell for time wasting, is it? Yes, a yellow for time wasting. Reckon we'll see top 2 race, top 6 race, bottom 3 race going to the final day. I hope the top 3 race does, because Leeds play Southampton on the last day of the season. That'll be good fun, won't it? Here is Gruev. Oh, that's going to be a yellow card for Ledson. Really poor tackle, that one. And here comes the Royal Rumble 2024. I think Reuter went crazy after that tackle, didn't he? It was a poor tackle from Ledson. Just took Gruev out just to stop the counter-attack. Benford says, how many are you going to book? Preston exercising in the dark arts, I think. Nice to see Matt in the chat. Love your channel. Yeah, Matt's a legend, isn't he? Ledson takes the yellow. Preston have had many. Been to Filbert Street, not the King Power. Pat Bamford is being booked. He is the picture of innocence. I don't know why he's been booked, to be fair. It's a rubbish tackle by Ledson, isn't it? Not a good one at all. That started off that whole Royal Rumble. Here's Somerville. Oof, could have been another foul there. Frotke Jensen pulled out of it. James pops it in left foot. It all deflects up in the air. Could have gone anywhere. Goes over the bar and out for a corner. It was Liam Lindsay just stretched out his left foot. I say it could have gone anywhere. I think he got a decent contact on it rather than just wafting his foot at it. He knew what he was doing, in other words. Somerville is going to recycle the corner. Somerville, lovely nutmeg. Somerville goes down again. And the yellow card is out again. Preston are definitely kicking their way towards the point that they hopefully want to win. Lovely skill by Somerville. Nutmeg. He tries to pull back and then just ends up having to just take him out. Another yellow card for Preston. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possibly for Preston today. Naughty, naughty. Free kick then for Leeds, which Somerville is going to whip in from the left wing with his right foot. In it comes. Oh, good delivery. Looked like a possible penalty shout on the back post there. Ruter goes down. Ruter, who was booked for diving a minute ago. Let's see. Oh, he lets go at just the right moment, Ledson, doesn't he? I don't think it's a penalty. I think if he'd held on for about 2 seconds longer, it probably would have been a penalty as Ruter tried to get in front of him. But I think he's clever enough there. Quick throw in down the line for Leeds, trying to find Bamford. Another throw in. This is tense stuff here at Elland Road. It's attack versus defence. Leeds would be value for a win if they got the goal, but they've got to get the goal, haven't they? And Preston are stubborn as you like. Headed down by Gruev. Piru on the edge of the area. Gruev. Piru hits the shot. Ooh. Didn't get much on it, but then there was a dangly foot there, and you know they can get deflected past the keeper. Pushing his luck. Very much, actually, pushing his luck. I agree with that 100%. 87:30 on the clock now. All Preston attacking has gone. Yeah, since the sub, you knew that was happening, didn't you? But another foul. The crowd getting incensed by the amount of Preston fouls. James takes the free kick. Gray inside. Ruter tries to back heel. Given away. And hoofed forward to absolutely nobody by Robbie Brady, because Preston are just defending their own half at the moment. 88 gone now. Ampadu up the line. And Potts wins it. And he clears it to absolutely nobody. They've got to try and get hold of the ball somehow. Leighton Stewart has conceded another foul. He's on a yellow card as well. And Roden keeps the ball moving, and Leeds launch their attack here is Piru. Piru with the left foot tries to find Byram on the back post. Up in the air it goes off Potts, and they have won a corner, which keeps the pressure on Preston, although they are a bit land of the giants at the back, aren't they? Gruev is going to take the corner. 89 minutes ticks up on the clock. In it goes, left-footed. Oh, Bamford was there. Looked like shoving the back from Bamford. I think the foul was given. Byram went down. I think Brady had a tiny little pull of his arm, but didn't look too much in it, I have to say. We're going to get one more sub from Preston, which they'll try and kill a bit more time and momentum with. Ben Woodburn is going to come on for Frokje Jensen. He'll probably play in exactly the same spot. And that will probably take us to the 90-minute mark, and we'll find out how we look in stoppage time. 6 minutes, possibly. Get your guesses in. We'll find out in about 10 seconds, won't we? By the way, guys, we've got 90 likes. 90. Can you get us up to 100? Hit the like button if you are watching. And it'd be lovely to get to 100. 6 minutes stoppage time. We've done this before, haven't we? Somerville dribbles forward. Piru picks it up. Piru powering through the middle. Bamford shot deflected. Oh, it dribbles just past the post. Brady getting slaps on the back there. They went right through the middle. Piru, excellent play by him. Bamford couldn't get the shot off. Brady on the cover. Another corner for Leeds. They've got 6 minutes of stoppage time. Can they get the goal? Somerville puts the corner all the way over to the back stick where Ruter was waiting. He claims he was being held, but he couldn't do anything with the header. And as everybody does, Preston will try and kill 30 seconds with every goal kick. He's got to be careful, though, Cornell, because he is on a yellow card. 18 shots now for Leeds, but only 5 on target to 2. Great tackle that from Brady. Dylan, I think I followed you on Twitter, mate. Let us know if I did get the right person. DM us, I'll add you to the WhatsApp group. Ampadu, nice little skip past his man. Lovely ball with the outside of his foot. Ampadu continues his run forward, takes it off Ruter. Great play by Ampadu. Byron crosses left-footed, and Ben Woodburn into the box. It is just complete, incessant attacking from Leeds. As we come up 92 minutes on the clock, they've got another corner, which is going to come in left-footed from Grove. In it goes. Headed away. Can they win the second ball? No. Dan James wins it. Robbie Brady shanks it up in the air. Roden heads down. That looked like a handball. Penalty! Leeds have a penalty. Such a silly handball. It was Ledson. It looked pretty nailed on to me. And Leeds are going to get themselves a penalty late in this game. It looked pretty nailed on from the first look. Let's have a look. Roden heads it down. Yeah, it's a penalty, isn't it? He's got his arm out. What is he doing? Roden just gets a header on it, and the press, he tries to pull his arm away, doesn't he? But it's a definite penalty, isn't it? And Leeds are going to have a chance to win this. We got 93 minutes up. Let me check my match bingo card. I don't think it's going to make any difference to me, but Joel Pirro is potentially about to win this game for Leeds from the penalty spot. He's going to take it left-footed. This for the win. Pirro scores! And Leeds, they probably deserve the win, but it is late in the day. A 93rd minute penalty from Piru, and Leeds are going to win this one 2-1. Wow, what an ending. Leeds with the late winner here. Piru, cool as the proverbial cucumber there, just strokes it in with the left foot. On the balance of play, Leeds have deserved the win. Daniel Farker's kind of crouched down and just clenches his fist. He's probably going to have a right rollick at his players saying you should have won that before minute 94. But to be fair, there's been one team trying to win this from about the last 15 minutes since the substitutions are made. Meslier celebrates, and Leeds are 2-1 up and looking good for the win. What a wally. Piru, not Bamford, in the end. There we go. Piru with the winning goal for Leeds. Well, unless Preston do something utterly miraculous in the last minute. They haven't been in the Leeds half for about the last 20 minutes, have they? So doesn't seem likely. And Leeds are going to win this one 2-1. Rodon fist pumping with the crowd behind the goal there as he shepherds that one out. And now it's going to be Leeds' turn to try and waste some time. Substitution, keeper will waste 30 seconds. And that will just about do it. Up goes the Up goes the board, and Cooper out. Ben knows the pressure is on Ipswich. Oh, come on. You really think with 3 Year 1 parachute teams and a League One team at the top of the table, the pressure's on Ipswich? It really isn't, mate, honestly. If Ipswich get anything tomorrow, we'll be cock-a-hoop. We don't play those type of mind games. Cooper on for Leeds. They just need to see this one out. On the balance of play, they have to really deserve the win, don't they? I think we'll probably go up to about 96.5, given that substitution. Leeds players going down now. The shoes on the other foot. Preston trying everything they can to get the game moving. And Leeds trying to slow it down. But I think we'll probably do one more phase of play here and the final whistle will go. Ruta goes down in the corner. There is the throw-in. Players collapsing left and right. Ampadu and Brown. It's won back by Byram. Free kick given. I don't know what for. Brown and... You may as well just whistle now, ref. Brown and Ampadu being pulled in close together. I think Preston are probably going to take the free kick and the full-time whistle is going to go. I think Matteo Joseph is going to come on as well, try and kill a little bit more time. Ruter is wandering off. Takes the applause of the Leeds audience as we go up to 97.25 on the clock. I'd imagine once this kick is taken by Cornell, the final whistle is going to go. We're still going, though. It's thrown in long by Preston. They've won the second ball, actually. Potts. Brown curls it in left-footed. Rodon wins the header again. Brown heads down, and it's going to be a throw-in to Leeds. And surely now that is it. Daniel Farker calling all his players over. Just get around the throw-in and get that ball down the pitch. And surely the full-time whistle is going to go. Ampadu's got the memo, waving everyone down the ground, hurls it. And is that the final whistle? We're still going. I'm not quite sure how. Joseph with one of the most stupid fouls I've ever seen, considering his team are defending for their lives. They're going to send the keeper forward to take it. And I suppose the ref's made his bed here. Now he's got to let them stick it in the box. Leeds player touches this. Full-time whistle's going to go. Preston need to basically get it in the goal within about 3 touches here because we are surely so low on time. It's not even possible. He's kicked it over everyone's head. And that must be it. There we go. Full-time whistle. Leeds get the win. Leeds 2, Preston 1. A late winner in the end. On the balance of play, Leeds deserved it. Ledson's yelling at the ref. He's taking the mick, really, because it was a definite penalty. He needs to wind his neck in. Now that the hand came out, I can understand the Preston players' frustration. They gave it such a good stint, but this is not how the ref should be treated. He's just done his job. And, you know, maybe take a look at yourself and don't stick your arm out in the penalty box in such a silly way when you're clinging on to a vital point that it would have been. But it's all 3 to Leeds, and for the championship table, that does this. So Leeds and Southampton both putting the pressure on the top teams there. So anyone drops points tomorrow in terms of Leicester and Ipswich, then Leeds and Southampton will both take points out of whoever that team is. As I say, I think Leeds deserved it, didn't they, on the balance of play? And I think the stats will sort of back that up. There's the attack momentum graph. Obviously, Preston scoring very, very early in the game. But yeah, look at that. 2.54 on the XG, 20 shots, 57% of the possession. It came late, but I do think it was deserved. Guys, I'm going to go and spend some time with my family. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody for joining. Hit the thumbs up before you go. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, David. Thank you, Canary in a coal mine. Sean, Geordie, everybody in the chat. We've done 3 watch-alongs this weekend. Other than the Hull v Sunderland game, they've been really, really entertaining. We'll be back with a Championship check-in podcast tomorrow. We will be pre-recorded. We won't be live because I'm going to the Leicester Ipswich game. So do check that out tomorrow and check out the vlog from that one. I'm just going to put in a plug for Patreon to end the show. If you do want to get involved with membership there, hit join, or with Patreon, the instructions are coming. And we'll see you all tonight. In fact, I'll be on the Blue Monday podcast as well. It never, ever ends, does it? Thank you for watching. Over and out. Now, you might see a YouTuber with millions of subscribers and views a week driving a Bentley. It's a bit more modest, I have to say, when you're covering the Championship. So if you can find a few quid each month to support over on Patreon or by hitting the join button here, you are making the world of difference for myself, Shaylee, and Enid.